Mahayana Pure Land welcomes you. I do not need others to perform supportive recitation for me. These words were Elder Monk Yuan Yin spoke to an attendant more than 2 months before his rebirth. How could he say such a thing with such confidence? Who was this monk? Before we examine the remarkable circumstances surrounding his rebirth, let us first look at the life that led to it. Elder Monk Yuan Yin, 1910 to 2002, was born into a prominent family in Wuxi, Jiangsu Province. Both his father and grandfather were influential officials in their time, and the family enjoyed considerable wealth and social standing. From an early age, he was instructed by his father to respectfully transcribe the Diamond Sutra by hand. He also studied English and several other languages, and later traveled to Japan to study economics. In 1937, the Sino-Japanese War broke out. Like countless others, his family was forced to flee their home and relocate inland. Throughout the turmoil of war, the family encountered numerous life-threatening dangers, yet somehow escaped all unharmed. At the moment of facing danger or pondering on those experiences later, Elder Monk Yuan Yin felt they were almost beyond belief. He concluded that these repeated deliverances were the compassionate response of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas to the merits his family had accumulated through transcribing the Diamond Sutra. As he entered adulthood, his father gave him and his brother an unusual piece of advice. The suffering of the Saha world is beyond description. Do not rush into starting a family. One day you may encounter an extraordinary opportunity. Taking the father's words to heart, the two brothers remained celibate throughout their lives. During the war years, severe inflation caused dramatic economic instability. Yet through skillful investing, he accumulated substantial wealth. After the war ended, despite still being under 40 years of age, he had earned enough money that he no longer needed to work. However, human desire knows no bounds. Having become wealthy, he wanted even greater wealth. He invested in additional ventures and made considerable profits, but still felt unsatisfied. Eventually, he turned to stock speculation and lost virtually everything he had earned. Reflecting on this experience later, he remarked, "The law of cause and effect is exact and never erred. Wealth that comes quickly may disappear just as quickly. In the end, everything is like a fleeting spring dream. So we should learn and practice Buddhism as early as possible, lest we be consumed by the 3 poisons of greed, resentment, and ignorance." After relocating to Taiwan following the war, he entered business once again and became prosperous a second time. Later, the death of his mother awakened him deeply to the impermanence of life. In 1961, he and his brother, later known as Venerable Tia Yin, entered monastic life at Len Yin Temple under Master Chan Yun. The two brothers lived in simple hermitage behind the temple and devoted themselves to a life of secluded cultivation. They exclusively practiced Pure Land and strictly upheld the precepts. In 1981, his brother Venerable Si Yin, with whom he had shared a close bond for more than 70 years, foresaw the time of his passing and peacefully attained rebirth. Transforming grief into determination, Elder Monk Yuan Yin intensified his cultivation and vowed to transcribe 100 copies of the Diamond Sutra. The undertaking required more than 2 years to complete. Yet he did not stop there. He continued transcribing the sutra diligently and eventually completed nearly 300 handwritten copies in total. For almost 30 years of seclusion, the lifestyle of Elder Monk Yuan Yin was exceptionally simple. He rested shortly after nightfall and rose at midnight to bow to the Buddha, recite Amitabha, read sutras, and meditate. He he was careful not to waste anything and lived with remarkable frugality. When his clothing became worn, he mended it himself. When the roof was damaged, he climbed up to repair it. During many times of repairing the roof, he experienced several falls without any injury. For saving fuel, each day except during winter, he would place a bucket of water under the sun for bathing. In 1991, as conditions ripened, he emerged from seclusion to teach and guide others, devoting himself in promoting Dharma to benefit sentient beings. Under his encouragement, a large quantity of Buddhist books and audio recordings were printed. In addition, he also regularly organized life release activities. Upholding the teaching of, "May all beings be freed from suffering, may I seek no comfort for myself," he tirelessly encouraged others to recite Amitabha. To his disciples, he frequently instructed them to take the precepts as their teacher and to practice Amitabha recitation honestly and sincerely. Emphasizing the importance of vegetarianism and life release, he often said, "For Buddhists who aspire to attain rebirth in Sukhavati, the first and foremost is to practice vegetarianism and engage in life release." Having experienced wealth and poverty, success and failure, war and displacement, Elder Monk Yuan Yin gradually came to understand the profound law of causality, the genuine truth of impermanence, and the urgency of diligent cultivation. Living a life of simplicity, discipline, compassion, and unwavering faith in Amitabha for decades, at the age of 92 in 2002, he was diagnosed with colon cancer. What followed during the final months of his life left a profound impression on those who attended him. How did Elder Monk Yuan Yin face suffering, illness, and death? Why was he able to tell an attendant more than 2 months in advance, "I do not need others to perform supportive recitation for me"? And after his passing, how did everything unfold just as he had foretold? These questions will be answered by the next video as we examine the eyewitness account of Elder Monk Yuan Yin's final days and his rebirth in Sukhavati. Please stay tuned. Do not miss Venerable Yuan Yin's extraordinary rebirth story. Namo Amitabha.